Tall trees stretch upward from dark earth deep in ferns in Oklahoma's great forests. The quiet of these places is seldom broken except by sounds of axe and saw and falling timber. About a fourth of Oklahoma's area is in forest land. Shortleaf and loblolly pines mixed with hardwoods are the most important types. These are on the uplands and mountains in the southeastern and eastern parts of the state. The forests along the streams and on the bottomlands furnish cottonwood, sycamore, and oak lumber. Red oak, post oak, and blackjack grow on the uplands of central Oklahoma, providing posts, fuel, and some lumber. Even the unusual and valuable cypress grows in southeastern river bottoms. Oklahoma has more species of trees than all of Europe. Logging and lumbering rank 6th in the state's list of basic industries, and much of Oklahoma's needs for wood products are furnished by her own forests. The fallen trees are limbed and dragged to collecting points where large loading cranes transfer them to logging trains. These products of Oklahoma's forest lands are on their way to mills. Mill ponds make handling easier. Dirt and rocks are removed by the water, and the logs are floated toward the sawmill. Then carried one by one to their first contact with screaming saws. There are about 300 mills in Oklahoma, which give employment to thousands of men. And these mills process more than $10 million of forest products every year. Some lumber is stacked for outside seasoning, while other wood is sent to kilns for drying. Posts obtained from thinning timber stands and railroad ties are sent to plants for preservative treatments. But wood destined for other uses goes to planing mills, where it's shaped, smoothed, and cut. The building industry is the biggest user of Oklahoma's forest products. Other woodworking industries in the state make playground equipment or furniture for outdoor use, or well-designed and modern pieces for American homes. While individual craftsmen turn the state's timber products into fine articles. But trees have other important uses. Oklahoma's prairie farms, where trees were scarce, had little protection from wind and rain. Once the native sod was stripped, erosion started, and the disastrous years of the Dust Bowl began. Trees, however, can hold the soil and reduce wind erosion. Such farms as this only a few years ago were worthless. A statewide program of tree distribution and planting has made vast contributions to Oklahoma's prosperity. Tree seeds are gathered, taken to the nursery, cleaned mechanically, and made ready for planting. With efficient equipment, millions of seeds of several species of valuable trees are planted in long rows and beds. Black locust grows well in Oklahoma soils. Catalpa is another useful tree. And Lespedeza bicolor is an important wildlife food plant. When seedlings are big enough for transplanting, they are taken from the nursery's storage or heel-in beds. And later, with the root systems protected by wet moss, the correct number of seedlings are bundled together. Wrapped in heavy waterproof paper, bundles are weighed to determine shipping weight. Tags carry identification of the seedling types in the bundles, the quantity, and the consignee's address. These tree seedlings are provided for farmers and forest landowners. Trees cannot be furnished for ornamental purposes, but are available for forest improvement plantings, post lots, windbreaks, shelter belts, and wildlife habitat improvement. Charges are nominal. Millions of trees are delivered each year to Oklahoma farmers, and they are not only changing the landscape, but preventing wind erosion, farm structures, furnishing wood for farm purposes, and greatly expanding the state's agricultural economy. Seedlings are delivered at any time during Oklahoma's long planting season, December until April. Before this time, the soil for the windbreak or shelter belt should have been prepared for at least a month. The seedlings are taken to the planting site, where they are placed in temporary heel-in trenches. Roots should be entirely covered with dirt and then firmly packed to exclude the air to keep the roots from drying. This step is very important to ensure survival. The planting itself can be done by hand or in adaptable soils rapidly and efficiently with machines. It's possible to plant 10,000 seedlings a day by this method. After planting, the seedlings will respond best, like any other crop, to cultivation and care. But when well established, the young trees in general take care of themselves. New shelter belts help complete the protection patterns started several years ago. They pay good dividends on prairie farms. These belts prevent wind erosion of the field to 20 times the height of the trees. Good Oklahoma soil is not only held in place, but crops, gardens, and orchards grow better in the shelter belt's protection. Increased crop yields, fewer replantings, and other good results begin as quickly as 2 years after new shelter belts are established. Farmstead windbreaks are equally valuable. These living barriers protect the farm home, gardens, poultry, and livestock. Tree plantings can aid in the prevention of destructive gullies like this one. Valuable trees retain valuable farm soil. More and more farmers are adding post lots to their land. The isolated corners found on almost any farm, when planted to trees, become productive acres. Many post lots bring in cash payments per acre, which are equal to other types of farm crops. In addition, they can furnish much of the posts and rough lumber, which are needed every year on the home farm. Attention to post lot trees or posts and continuous production. Although fence posts are the major crop from post lots, fuel wood and poles are important secondary products. This harvesting of post lots can be continuous. Old trees should be removed and sprouts from the stumps will ensure future crops. Forest fire are 2 words which mean tragedy. The state of Oklahoma has a highly modern and efficient department to reduce fire damage to our woods. There are a number of fire towers in contact with a large headquarters in the center of the state's vast timber resources. Engineers keep up-to-date maps on the areas under fire protection. Radio equipment is constantly maintained. Well-equipped shops permit the fabrication of special types of apparatus and the repair of many firefighting tools. The vehicles used in the strenuous tasks of smoke chasing must be kept in tip-top condition. Foresters check their rain gauges to keep themselves informed of daily rainfall. They make daily observations with elaborate equipment on other factors which may bring bad forest fire situations. Prevailing winds, their velocity and direction are checked. Fuel moisture sticks are a direct measure of fire hazard. The amount of moisture in the air, very important during the normal forest fire season in early spring, is calculated. When humidity is low, there's danger in the air. When a fire has started, it sets off a fast chain of operations. Tower men on 24-hour duty during the burning season take bearings on the fire and radio the information to headquarters. The dispatcher receiving the information will call other nearby towers to get a cross-check on the fire for pinpoint location. The chief forester and the forester on firefighting duty check the map, discuss the roads or paths. They know every acre under their protection. fire plan goes into effect. Men drop their other duties. Trucks and tractor haulers start. Highways change to roads. Roads change to mere open spaces in the forests. The fire plow is unloaded. Radio reports are made. Firefighters with rakes and shovels and hose bend to the hot and heavy labor of saving the woods from fire. Although carelessness and natural causes start some fires in Oklahoma, most of them are set deliberately by misguided citizens. Fire protection is a necessity for valuable timber resources, but only education will stop this destructive and needless waste before it starts. These are the signs to remind us of the danger to a great natural resource, a resource which, if protected and maintained, gives us of Oklahoma valuable products, protects our crops and soils, makes possible outdoor recreation, and provides the raw materials for an important industry, now and in the future.